Big salutes to Neighborhood Nip, aka Nipsey Hussle, from Diddyonasis, the COD Show podcast. I'd like to give big prayers. That's right, big prayers to your family and friends. Strength to your family and friends. Salute to you. You made your mark on me through music. We connected through music. When you passed last week, it touched me. It touched me in a way that I didn't understand. But as I analyzed the situation and what had happened, your story is just like a lot of our stories that are in the black community. A few of my associates have been taken out in similar fashion, either behind the trigger or in front of the trigger. But I'd just like to say, you're a legend in the game. You inspired a whole generation, a massive amount of people, generations beyond generations, all right? I appreciate it. I'm not gonna be long-winded, but thank you. We love you. We appreciate it. We're gonna continue to champion you. You're a legend in the game, a hog in the game. Peace and blessings to everybody that's tuning in. Appreciate it. Peace, Nip.
Welcome to the COD Show. COD Show, ho, COD Show, ho, yeah. Welcome to the COD Show, player.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hey. Welcome back to the COD Show podcast. I'm the host of the COD Show podcast. You got Diddyonasis, aka Onasis. Kill him. That's right. Onasis. Kill him. Episode number 56. We are back. We are back. Special occasion. All right. I don't even know how to start this introduction. I have no clue where I want to start with this introduction. But you know what? This man really needs no introduction. Not at all. Not from me. But I love to pay homage. So I'm going to give it my best shot. You heard? You heard? All right. One of YouTube Call of Duty's founding fathers. A man that has inspired and educated at least 3 out of the 5 players in your lobby. All right? This man drops video after video, educating us, giving us the dope game about the game, giving us the game about the game, dope commentaries. All right? Over 637 videos to be exact. 6.4 million views. All right? The creator and founder and general of the famed Camper Nation COD Show podcast. Welcome back for the first and second time and the first time. Dr. Saken Mad Raj. What's up, Doc?
What's up? I am back. Let's go. You know I gotta hit you with the I am back.
I am back. Hey, we are back.
We are back. And we about to murder one nerd. Let's go. 2 nerds.
Man, salute. Welcome back to the show, man. Those of you that don't know, back in October, we sat down, we chopped up a game about the game, and whatever happened to that video, it happened to it. But, you know how it is in the digital era, you know? Some things just don't make it. Some things just don't make it through. We had technical difficulties, but we cool now. We good to go now, all right? Let me get some volume on my headphones, all right?
Yeah, that interview would have been classic, y'all. It was a lot of nuggets being dropped that night, man.
Man, look. It was so much shit. It looked like a goldfish. Never mind. It looked like a goldfish. A goldfish fish tank, man. He was dropping it and dropping it and dropping it. But man, salute to you. Salute to the. I've been paying attention to you on Twitter. Salute to you and your significant other on the wedding anniversary, man. It looked lit. It looked live. I was tuned in. I was like, God damn, Saken out here living his best life, man.
Hey, man, you know, that was a great time and a sad time at the same time. I'm just give you a little background on it real quick.
Okay.
So my favorite aunt had a heart attack. Thought she might die. I wanted to go down and see her. She was in the hospital in Vegas. So I booked a flight. I told my wife we got to go see her. I didn't even realize that was the night of our anniversary.
Damn. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm glad I went down there because it looks like my aunt will pull out, but I just had to see her no matter what. And it just fell on our anniversary. So it was perfect. We went down there. We spent a lot of time with her in the hospital, brought her spirits up.
Yeah.
You know, she was just so happy to see me. And, you know, this is the aunt that, you know, I come from a pretty rough background. This was the aunt that made it. This was the role model. This was the one we all looked up to.
Okay.
And so it meant a lot when I remember being a young man, I started having success and she told me how proud she was of me. And that was like a goal of mine. So I look up to her. You know, she has a beautiful house, a beautiful person. And so we went down there for that. Yeah. It happened to be on our anniversary. So, I mean, that's a perfect place. We actually got married in Vegas. And to be back in Vegas on our 9th anniversary, I mean, it was a good time, man. Me and my wife, we had a real good time. Went to a Brazilian steakhouse, splurged a little. You know, we had the hotel. I was supposed to only be on turnaround trips. I only stayed 2 days. So I got there 6 a.m. I left the next night around 10, 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, we got a nice little hotel room. So I was able to see my aunt both days and just spending quality time with the wife was wonderful.
Damn, salute to that, man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put this in perspective. You know what? Twitter time. It looked like you were there for a week. Twitter time, because you know, we already know. Online or social media has no real timeline or context. Because
you
can post, and you'll be at the crib.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right. Because even on my Facebook, people still congratulate. I put a little video together. I put it on Twitter too. The one I put on there. This is why I love you. Then it got like pictures of me and my wife and stuff. You know, I just want to do a little something for her. You know, just let her know how much I appreciate her. And people still commenting on my Facebook.
Man, salute to that, man. I'm glad your aunt pulled through or is pulling through on the way to a healthy recovery. Like real talk.
And you know what's crazy? The whole time she just want to talk about what's going on in my life. I'm down there to support her. And she know my business that we taking off the corporation I done formed. And she was so into that, like asking me questions about that. Like she's so excited, you know? Mm-hmm. So that was nice, you know, just breaking it down for her. I like talking business, especially my business. You know, you go in there and, you know, I'm excited, you know, to get this thing started and, you know, get my location going. And so it was nice.
No, salute to that. The wedding anniversary, never mind. We're not going to get into how long you've been married, but
yeah.
It's an inspiration to us all sitting out here on YouTube. Well, not YouTube, but Twitter. And all we can think about is if Vanderhart go take the specialist out the game or some bullshit like that. Why did he put 0 in the game? You know, man. You got real life going on. That's an inspiration, man.
You know, I've brought real life to YouTube, and that's one thing I've done.
That's a fact.
You know, it's funny. I didn't realize how much I've shared until I've actually met like subscribers. I don't like calling them fans like everybody else say, but I've had people, I am in the Bay Area, let's have lunch. And I'm down for everybody. Anybody that hit me up, I've met. Like we go have lunch, let's go to a bar. Matter of fact, I get a FaceTime call from Jimmy Dean like 2 nights ago. Jimmy Dean FaceTime. I'm at work. I'm counting like buckets of money. And I cut the FaceTime on. He put the phone on. It's some guys and they going, wow, like, oh my God, it's him. Oh, I'm talking to a celebrity. Like these dudes excited. I'm laughing, making a day. And I was like, man, like, what's up, Les? And then it's funny, they were telling me like where they live. And I was like, you know, I used to live there. They was like, what? And I was like, you know, I'm a Timken Trojan. And they was like, we're Trojans. Like it was excited, man. The fact they didn't even know I went to the same high school they went to, you know?
I told you, man, at least every 3 out of 5 players in your lobby, you've touched them in some type of way. Pause. I mean, you felt on them a little. You had an impact on their game or the Call of Duty experience or YouTube experience, some type of way.
You know that's good and bad because now I got to deal with little mini-me's. I get in lobbies, I'm like, this fool playing just like me. As soon as halftime comes, hey, Cat, I watched all your videos. I know exactly where you're going to be. I got a trip line waiting for you. Like, I'm like, man. Look, so that's the only thing. You know, people know your tactics. They know, and then they wanna outshine you. So they go hard on me, man. So
they do go hard on y'all.
It's all good though.
They do go hard on y'all. I was telling that to Izzy Plays and Cam Go. Like, I love playing with y'all, but they try to go extra hard on y'all, man.
Yeah, but you know, I switch it up though. See, when I'm solo and people know who I'm in the lobby, guess what? They ain't seen my Russian videos. All I do is the camp, and they don't realize there's a whole other side to my game. So they thinking I'm about to just camp the whole time. And next thing you know, I'm running around C4 and I'm flanking them, and they like, well, you don't play like that. I was like, no, you don't see me play like that.
Real. That's real. I played with Jimmy Dean.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dean is a rusher, bruh.
That people don't realize that. I mean, let's talk about this. This might have been a question. You gotta, think about why I even created a camping channel. As much as camping is hated in the Call of Duty, right? Yeah. People always hate campers, but then they say everybody camps. So it doesn't make sense. If everybody's camping, everybody don't hate campers. So what it is everybody don't admit to being a camper. And so I'm like, wait, hold up. Everybody camps at some point. You may not camp the whole game. You may camp to get your streak. You may camp to get your nuke. But everybody slows it down and takes their time. For me, I just wanted, originally when I started this channel, because this is my second channel. I actually have another channel. I got like 14,000 subs. I ain't even uploaded a video in there in years. So I got another channel where I was just doing random videos. You might see Halo gameplay, pimples. It was just random. It was just a YouTube channel, right? Right. So anyway, so I started this channel because I wanted to give people an ability to go like 12-4 and get a score streak. It wasn't even about turning people into certified beast. Right. I just wanted to kind of give people little techniques because I know one of the ways I got better, and this is the first YouTuber I watched was Chris Smooth. In the gaming world. I was watching YouTube, but I didn't even know they had gaming on YouTube. Man, so I was watching Chris Smooth. So the Chris Smooth, baby. And he was camping. I was like, that's a smart. So I got into that spot and I went like 20-1. I think it was NW3 or something too. I was on NW3 and I was like, this works. Yeah. And it was so funny. From there, I just, started, strategizing. So when I made this channel, and matter of fact, look at like one of the early videos that took off. I was in a river on Ghost, in the back of Ghost. I didn't get a lot of kills, but it was a great spot. I was like, IMS here. And I was, just explaining it and people started receiving me well. Like, I think I grew like 11,000 subs really quick. Yeah. Because people were like, hey, I like the way you explain things. And I'm like, this is just the way I talk. So
I was one of them people. I was one. I was like, look, he breaking it down because I'm ass. I'm MW3. I was one of those 3 and 20 individuals.
I am definitely the starting point for your Call of Duty experience. Now, anybody that knows me, no, I'm not gonna turn you into the Mark of J, but I can get you into a position to where you can get to that next level. So I take you from being a noob to understanding the fundamentals of the game, the basics of the game, the mechanics of the games, the route. Once you learn that stuff, then you can spread your wings. Go ahead and fly. Wings. Definitely. But a lot of people get mad at me because they, you don't rush, you can't. Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm 40-some years old. I'm colorblind. Watch how long it take my hand to come to my mouth. See, slow reflexes. Damn,
that was fast, boy.
So the point I'm making is, I had to take all my handicaps and make it into to be able to play the game. And then two, it's hard. Like I got on Infinite Warfare, the color is so bad for me, for my eyes. The type of colorblind I have, I can't tell an enemy from a teammate. So playing hardcore is out the question sometimes. But I just shoot everybody.
Just shoot everybody.
Honestly, if you don't move in the game, I'll run right past you. You can just stand there. I won't even notice you sometimes. You got to be moving because I see the things moving. Like, and I hate maps that got things that wave and move because then I start shooting at it.
Okay, so that's you must love BO4. Well, you must like a certain aspect of BO4 because they have the little lights on your suit now.
Yeah, okay, so BO4, the thought is good. The thought of the game was good. The actual execution of the game is horrible, and that's the thing. To me, it just the 150 health. There's little things can ruin the game. Right. Like take World War II. World War II, if you'd have took out them dang turtle shields and them fire shotguns, you'd had an unlimited sprint from the get go. Yeah, I think everybody should have been able to run 2 banners, even though Commando only did it. Those little things probably would have had that game going a lot further. Yes. And people will always complain about camping. Camping is in every game. So there's not really a way to get camping out of the game, but they have nerf camping. Like take, for example, perks like Ghost. You got to move for Ghost to work. So it's not like you can be a one-man army hiding in a room and no one knows you there. See, this is what makes camping hard. I get in a room, everybody on the other team know I'm there and they coming at me at all kind of different angles. Yeah. The only difference is, guess what? I'm messing them up. They're not getting me out that angle. So I think the campers that people really hate, well, yeah, they hate me. You get in the lobby and I'm dropping 60 kills on you and I ain't move more than an inch. It could be frustrating. But I'm talking about the kid that goes 11 and 44 and takes you off your nuke. That's the kind of hate. The kid sitting back there and look, requisitions was another thing that ruined the game.
Yes.
I was just on wrecking this team on shipment. And of course they bring in all their streaks, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting hit with like ball gunners and all that. And guess what? As soon as it stopped, I went back to wrecking them again. I got in the lobby. I was like, how that requisitions work out for you? 1 or 2 people requisitions, not bad. You get a whole team with it. And all of a sudden, towards the end of the game, you got all the high streaks coming. Yeah. Sucks. And then you look at their score, they all like 14 and 80 and they win the game.
14.
Literally, I dropped 130 kills the other day and lost. And I'm going in, I'm running streak after streak after streak, and all my deaths happened in the last 2 minutes of the game because all of a sudden it was just bomb and run. Just stuff coming down.
I'm coming down. They're making it rain on you, man, for a short period of time. At least I had 5 minutes.
Stay or leave. So I mean, I understand. I don't complain too much about it, especially after playing BO4.
Do you feel like requisitions and souped up, overcharged specialists like we see in BO4, requisitions in World War II, being able to turn invisible in Infinite Warfare, do you feel like that's a crutch?
I feel like it ruined the game. It ruined the game. There's no need for specialists. To me, divisions made more sense than specialists. But honestly, they already got a great system. Well, you pick 10, a pick 12 system. You don't need specialists.
Don't need specialists.
Give people a pick system where they have the option even to have an OP gun or OP player. Or you can balance it where you have an okay player and an okay gun. That's how it should work. So you get these people out there that, they may make a gun with like 100 attachments. That's fine. But then on the flip side, they don't have any like incog. They're not going to be able to hide from UAV. So there's a disadvantage.
Right.
So they may have a perfect gun, but there's other things that can get them. That's why you're able to kill them with trip mines and stuff. Or you got the guy that makes his guy invincible and he runs through trip mines, but his gun is boo-boo. It has no attachment, so it's a lot of recoil. So he has to use his flanking ability, knowing he's going to miss about 10 of them shots before he gets you. So the perfect balance was finding those right perks. To me, that's Call of Duty. You don't need specialists.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I love hives, expeditionary, and killing people with trip mines. But if they got rid of that, I'd be okay. I'm okay with a bouncing Betty and maybe a scavenger soccer reloader. Even if they don't have it on there, I'm okay with it. If I only get 2 to start off with, that's fine.
I agree with that. What do you think about update 1.16 BO4?
Is that the bare bones
update? The bare bones update. Bare bones.
Honestly, I haven't played the game.
You hadn't?
I stopped the game weeks ago. I've been on World War II. I put Infinite Warfare, and I'm doing everything but that game. I'm like, who cares? I went to play it after the update, and it said disc not inserted. I said, okay, back to the World War II.
I played. Was it last night? Night before last? Well, on Tuesday, I played like maybe a game, maybe 2. Couldn't do what I wanted to do because I was tired, but it's mosh pit mode. I don't play domination or really TDM, but from what I saw, it was okay. It was okay. It's a step in the right direction, I guess, for me.
I tweeted out they're probably going to give you bare bones with some dumb game modes. The problem is they introduce this, but they don't introduce it for the game modes. Like, not everybody plays domination. Not everybody plays capture the flag or TDM. Right. So if you go do it for all the game modes.
Do it for all, man.
Just a mosh pit, and like you go quit out half the games because like I don't want to be in no search and destroy mosh pit. Right. I mean, no disrespect to search and destroy players, but I don't want to get 5 kills in 5 rounds and be happy I won. I want to drop a streak on you. You
want to sprinkle the doo-doo. That's what you're here for. To drop streaks.
It's only fun when you're drinking and you got about 5 friends with you. For me, I'm just not a search and destroy player. No disrespect to them, but that's not what I signed up for. So that's what happens. You get these mosh pits and you get game modes you wouldn't even normally play. And here's the thing. Most of us, we get in game modes and we understand that game mode to a T. Like if I do domination, I understand the flow of the game. I understand the spawns. You put me in some game mode, I don't even know how to, like, am I collecting tags? Like the first time I played search and destroy, I didn't even know what to do. I'm like, what do you do? Like I don't understand those game modes because I don't play them.
Same.
But I was talking to someone today, and like there's an old guy I haven't played with in a long time. And what I was telling them is I feel like Call of Duty needs to have the perfect game. The perfect game will have both jetpacks and boots on the ground, but not with the same maps. AW had that mode where you didn't have jetpacks, but the maps were not too big. They're too big for regular running. So you got to modify. You can't put jetpacks on a regular map, and you can't put regular runners on a jetpack map. The jetpack map needs to be further. It needs to be higher windows. So when the jetpack comes up, maybe he has to do 2 boosts to get through the window. Okay. So it doesn't work when you try to combine them into one game. And that's where I think they fail with AW, even with the non-boost mode. Because if you wanted to get to the other side of the map, by the time you got there, the game was over.
Yeah. I think you're on to something. That's a dope perspective. God damn it, the OG giving it to us.
But I don't know why they can't do both. I mean, they
can't
out and put
blackout. Yeah.
I mean, there's ways they can do both. Why not, cater to both bases? You want to go jetpacking? Good. Now you're going to have an expanded map, 70% larger. Then you shrink the maps for the people that want old school. I liked World War II. I don't understand why people didn't like it. I think, I know the problem.
I did. It wasn't my favorite.
They took the games out of order, and that's the problem. Like AW should not have came before everything else. The progressions of the game is up and down. So you go advanced movement, not advanced movement, kind of advanced movement, super advanced movement, back down to no movement. Like it's supposed to be a progression over the years. Like AW should have been a game about being launched. World War II should have been right after Ghost.
That's a fact.
It should have been World War II. It should have been Black Ops 4, then Black Ops, because Black Ops 3 movements are more advanced than Black Ops 4. You know, so it doesn't make sense that they're playing with our emotions and our skill sets. You know?
Honestly, man, I don't know what they're doing, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask you. What do you think about the progression over the years of Call of Duty? Because what Call of Duty did you start with? What was your first Call of Duty?
You know, online gaming, it was World War III. I mean, World War III, MW3.
MW3. I'm getting deja vu. You said that the last time.
Yeah, MW3 was the first time I went online. Now, before them days, I didn't play online. I had games. I had I can't even think of the old games. It was just like, it was Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4. Like, you had these just...
I had all of them, but I didn't play multiplayer until MW3.
Yeah, I didn't even know multiplayer existed. Like, I was a big Halo player, but I didn't go online. I used to love playing the campaign. And screening, and people come to my house and we 1v1, and then that's what was my gaming experience. When I finally got online, it was NW3. And I remember that's the first time I got a headset. So I'm playing NW3. And I'm playing, and you know, I'm garbage at the game, but I'm happy. Yeah, I go 7-20. I'm happy I got 7-20 was irrelevant. My goal was to get double-digit kills.
There you go.
And it was funny because I couldn't kill anyone with a Predator missile. Now, this is before I realized how my color blindness affected me. I would call in a Predator missile, and I'm like, "Sir, where they at? I don't see them." They're like, "They're right there." I can't see the red circle.
Damn.
That's around them, and I didn't know if it had a colorblind setting, so I would call in Predator missiles and just I couldn't like,
wing it.
Flash, because I was hitting nobody. I was aiming for the wall. So
colorblind, being colorblind. Tell us not the backstory, but tell us about colorblind. It's a lot of us. I didn't know being colorblind and playing Call of Duty didn't mix until I saw one of your earlier videos and you broke it down.
Well, you know, for the type of color blindness I have, my eyes cannot process red colors. So things on the red spectrum I don't see, or I see them differently. Like red, brown, and green are almost the exact same color for me.
Wow.
So, and that's the primary colors they use in Call of Duty. So you got to understand, I got this map where everything just blends. And like for me, I tell people I see colors, I just don't see them the same way you do. Like for me, example, I'll tell people two colors that are alike to me, they're probably nothing alike to you. Like the fact when I tell people red and green look alike, they go, huh? But and then you got to realize it's certain strands, certain shades of red. A dark red looks like a dark green. A bright green versus like a brighter red, I can tell them apart. But when you start to get them to the like the forest greens, I can't tell them apart. It looks like brown. So brown is on that spectrum. Pink looks exactly like gray, and gray looks like off-white. So pink looks like off-white. So and gray. So a lot of the times I get those colors confusion. And purple, I couldn't even tell you what purple looked like until I got my colorblind glasses. So before purple, I couldn't explain. I wouldn't even, the color didn't exist.
Is it a colorblind setting in the game now?
Yeah, well, they do have them.
Does it work?
Believe it or not, it doesn't do much. The only thing it really changes for me is the color of the flags and stuff like that. So what happens is the color of the flag and sometimes the name over the player, and that helps out a lot. Because, you know, if I can't see their name over it, I don't know if they're an enemy or a good guy. And so some settings, they can make them like purple and yellow, which helps out. I need colors that seriously contrast. But running through the map, I can't see anything. When I'm running, the walls and everything doesn't change enough. I wish the whole map would change color. But if there was no reds or green in the map, I'd be great. But of course, those are the main colors. The colors would probably have to be funky to you guys. It had to be like a yellow and blue and orange map in order for it to work for me.
Damn, dog. Man, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, don't be sorry.
Man, I'm sorry, Saken.
You know, the crazy
Mad
thing
Raj.
is, the world is normal for me. Like when I put my colorblind glasses on, it don't even feel right. I take them off because everything, like, imagine if the world turned neon to you, everything turned into neon lights. That's how I feel. All of a sudden, colors are popping too much. I drive down the road and I'm not even paying attention because I'm looking at all the colors going by. I'm like, wow, is that what orange? Like orange to me looks like beige.
So
when I put it on, it looks nothing like beige.
The card show shirt that. Is it beige? Or is it orange?
Yeah, you mess with me. It's either beige or light brown. But you know, it affects, like, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people don't even know they're colorblind because you see the way you see.
Yeah.
So, you know, they probably get people always correcting them, or when they bring them a color, they ain't the color. They don't even realize they're colorblind. And it's a simple test. You can go online and pull up colorblind tests. They ain't nothing but a series of dots, and they have you look at it. And you'll see stuff in the dots I don't. Like, it'll have numbers 6, 7, 8, 9. And guess what? All I see is dots because my eyes can't translate the color to separate them.
Man, we had no idea out here, man. The legend can't even see the red, the blood that he's spilling out here on these Call of Duty streets, man. We couldn't. God.
So you know, it's all good.
It's all good, man.
It's all good. At least I got hands. I've seen people on Call of Duty playing like this. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, salute to that, man.
That'd be a challenge.
I seen a blind dude had a YouTube channel, man. Salute to you, man.
I saw that too. I saw a blind competitive gamer, and it was pretty dope hearing this story. Like, he understood the game, and he kicking people butt blind.
I was about to say he was trash, but he was trying, dude, man. He was trying, man. Salute,
you know what I would do if a blind person tried to play me and we in the same room? I'm gonna smack the controller out of his hand. By the time he find it, he dead. Oh, that's so wrong.
Hey, man. Yo, competitiveness. Let's talk about Saken Mad Raj, the name.
That's an easy one. Anybody following me for a long time. My name is my kid's name. It's actually everybody in my household combined.
Yeah.
You know, I got my wife, I got my 4 kids. So Saken is Saken Mad Raj. Sa is for me and my son. If you guys didn't notice, I have an African name. My first name's Charles, but I actually go by my middle name, which is Sababu.
Chuck, what up?
It's Swahili, Sababu.
Sababu.
So Sa is for Sababu. Ken is for my daughter, Kennedy.
Yeah.
Mad is for my daughter, Madison. And Raj is for my wife and my last child. My last child, we call her Charlie because her middle name is Charlie, but her first name is Rajane, and my wife's Rajanique. So Saken Mad Raj.
Mad Raj. Shoot that, man. We did not know that.
So look, we might have to pause. We keep talking, but it might get loud for a second.
Got a family member, you know, letting it be known that his presence is in the building.
So my kid's about to come in. Yeah, give it a second. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Let me get them in and out.
Yeah, go ahead, man. It's all good.
Hey, babe.
What you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, Dad.
I'm being interviewed for the podcast. So
Charlie was saying, "Oh, my name's British."
this is Madison.
Yay!
I can hear him on the mic. That's Charlie.
Hello, my name's British.
Hey!
Hello, my name's British. Hey.
Good on, Mike. We don't learn to talk British. My fault. Hey.
Hello, my name's British.
Hey, cheerio. Cheerio. Cheerio.
Oh, can I hear it?
Yeah, his name is Britain.
Oh, I can hear you.
Hey, hi, I am Bobby.
That's my interview, okay?
Ask him what his name is.
I am Bobby. I am.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, I am Bobby.
What's your name?
Bobby.
Are you British?
Yes.
Blackish.
I'm blackish.
Wait, what is this interview for?
We're talking about Call of Duty.
The interview is about your dad, and your dad's a legend.
What do your dad know about Call of Duty?
Your dad's a legend, and he's very respected in the community.
Charlie, who you is, sweetie?
He's Camper Nation.
Camper Nation, that's right.
Camper Nation, he camps.
Have I ever camped on you?
No, because I don't play with you. I played it once, but then I died right away, which was sad.
Oh man, that is sad.
Let me take care of your dog.
He is a legend.
Oh man.
All right, hold on one second. There you go. I know my wife gonna be in and out of our room, so let's go. I am back.
Bro, that was the first Call of Duty. I mean, the first COD show podcast room change.
Wait, like check this out. I have no clue what color this room is.
Huh? What?
Yeah, you know, it's my daughter's room. I painted it, but I couldn't tell you the color. The funny thing is, I think back on my original gamer tag when I was on Xbox.
Okay. That was your first console. Well,
yeah. My original gamer tag was Master Doug. Master Doug. And if you guys ever got trolled by Master Doug on Xbox, it was me. I used to be so big on trolling when the online first came on. You know, and the funny thing is, I'm surprised I didn't get banned. You know, how Xbox, people used to report you all the time.
Yeah, Xbox tried to enforce rules and shit. Like, well, tried to.
And it was mostly me just going at people because, you know, when I first got online, I didn't realize how toxic the online community was.
It was bad,
and
especially
so
on Xbox.
The type I would go hard on you. You want to get into a lobby with me? I didn't let up until you muted me.
Master Bob,
Master Doug. Hey, and the funny thing is how I got that name. This is no lie. So I was at work at the time. I'm managing linens and things, right? Okay. And somebody came in. I come up to the front. One of my cashiers did like a $2,000 return for a store credit. I was like, "What the hell?" It's like, why would you do that? So what I did, I avoided it. I avoided the whole transaction out, right? So what happened is I had all the stuff back. So of course I go check the inventory. Our systems have perpetual inventory. So I'm like, wait, hold up. This says we have 8 of these. We just returned 7. That means they stole them from us and was trying to bring them back. So I canceled it. I was like, yeah, nah. I was like, nah, that ain't happening. The people call me back. Of course, they try to go to another store because there's a way you can return stuff and, you know, get money back and all this other stuff. So they trying to cap it out. So they called me and I'm like, no, you can't have that return. I said, you want that return back? Come back and talk to the police, right? So they like, we want to talk to corporate. I was like, I can't transfer. I'm like, okay, I'll transfer you. Yeah. I put them on. I get back on the phone. I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? This is Douglas Masters with corporate. Like,
Douglas Masters.
All right, I said my name was Douglas Masters. That's where Master Doug came from. Like, you know, look, you guys, we did some research into these. These items were stolen from us. I'm not saying you stole them, but they were definitely stolen merchandise. If you would like to get these back, you can go ahead and meet me down at the police station. We can go ahead and set a date and a time. They never called back. They never called back. But that's how Master Doug was formed. Because I said Doug Master. I was like, Master Doug.
Master Doug.
I probably would have been so fired for that. But you know what? It irked me. Like, they really go try to return some stuff they stole and get a store credit. Not on Doug Masters' watch.
Not on Doug Masters' watch, man. Salute to Doug Masters. Saken Mad Raj. When did that come about as a gamer tag? Or was that your name, like your nickname?
So
in real life.
So Saken came about with my YouTube channel when I started deciding to do gaming on YouTube. And I just wanted to do something that incorporated all my kids. And that's the first thing that came. I just took their names, combined them. I didn't put no more thought than that. You know, my son's named after me. So anytime I use my name in something, it always kind of like feels like it's part of his.
Yeah.
So I wanted to incorporate all my kids. So I just put all their names into it. And so for the last 7 years, I've been Saken Mad Raj. And besides, Master Doug was about to get banned.
Master Doug was out there.
And you know, when I first came to PlayStation, that's why I'm OMG as Saken. Somebody stole my name.
Somebody what?
Stole my name. That's what happens when you start doing YouTube, because I didn't have a PS4. Remember, I was an Xbox player initially.
Yes.
So I come to PS4, someone already took the name.
Damn.
And I'm like, they go send me a message talking about, you know, if you want this name. I said, man, go to hell. OMG is Saken. That's my name. Oh my God, it's Saken. And this was before I even knew Ali A had that. And that's the crazy part. People are like, Ali A fan? I'm like, I don't watch Ali A.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool because I would go in the lobbies and they're like, oh my God, it's Saken. So I put OMG is Saken.
Man, you know what? I thought that you started calling yourself OMG is Saken as kind of like I don't want to say a troll alert, or like something to trigger the turds or the noobs. That's what I always thought.
It's just people say that when I was in the lobby earlier.
Or your fans, you know, oh my God, I'm in the lobby with Saken.
Can I tell you, when I had 700-800 subs, people started recognizing me on the game. I didn't even have that many subs yet, and I would get in lobbies and people would know me. Like, I'm probably one of the most known with the lower subscriber base than other people.
I'm
like,
telling you, bro.
Me, but I don't have 1 million subscribers.
I'm telling you.
Everybody know who I am. So it's like I've made my mark in the Call of Duty world.
Absolutely.
But I've never been one of these guys trying to drive my subscribers up. I don't do this for subscribers. I've never really pushed my channel. I'm not trying to make a living off this. This was something I did for the fans, and I grew 50,000 plus subs.
Absolutely.
My goal was 1,000.
Salute.
I learned a long time ago, and this is something we might go into, working in the YouTube world behind the scenes, understanding the whole system behind YouTube. I never did YouTube for money. I never did YouTube for fame. I never did YouTube for anything other than to help a few people.
Yeah.
My goal, and this is, I think, a lot of people should make this goal, create a small community. I just wanted to like meet some homies, like 10, 20, have some loyal people, have some videos out for them, and have a community. and that expanded. And I have that. Matter of fact, not only do I have my Camper Nation community, a lot of communities came out of Camper Nation. There's a lot of people who got stuff going on YouTube, and guess what? It's the same people that follow me that went over to them.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of little subgroups form. I've seen people that hang out all the time because I still talk to some of these people. And I've actually had people contact me and say, hey, I'm going to start this group. I don't want you to feel like I'm betraying. I'm like, man, go ahead, bro. Camper Nation ain't no lock-in contract.
Nah, because I was in the Camper Nation. I'm in the Camper Nation. I signed the contract online. And
I had the website popping.
Yeah, the website was popping. And now you see the COD Show podcast, and that is a direct descendant or indirect spinoff of what you've been doing on YouTube for the last since I found you in MW3 MW3 days or whatever.
Yeah, I've been on for a while. You take my second channel on this channel, and I don't even know how long I've been doing this, but the one thing I would say is I've met a lot of great people. I've developed some great friendships. I mean, I've even had things that elevate past the friendship level, with mentorship and things like that. I mean, it's been great. And it's still not a goal of mine to grow. You have never seen, I know how to grow. I'm going to tell you just right now. I'm not going to say it's not hard to grow on YouTube, but I know the formula for growing. And, people don't realize you just stick to the formula, you'll grow. And it's not that complex. And I tell people, you got to decide what you want to do. If you want to get big on YouTube gaming, you got almost a virtually zero chance. But you can't look at the people that blew up, because look how many people blew up versus how many people actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. It's not necessarily a complicated formula, but I feel like I'm big enough to where if I wanted to go the formula route, I can grow faster. But it's not even about growth. If I stuck to 50, if I went back to 35, I don't care. I've made my mark and I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah. And you think I'm not forced to do no videos. And that's another thing. You get these sub base and they want you to put out 10 videos a day. That ain't, nah. You might get a video a month. And then if I like the game, I'll put them out back to back. But if I don't like the game, I'm not going to be one of these people trashing the game. And that's why I'm not doing Black Ops 4 video, because I feel like I would be negative. And I got some game footage. I murdered people, but I don't want to be in the game like, yeah, I'm murdering this game, but I really hate the game. I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
Because I hate people like, I hate is a strong word. I don't like YouTubers that built a channel off being negative. Because at the end of the day, we're still all COD fans. We do want them to improve the game, but you hating on the game doesn't help them improve it. You kill the player base with your opinion.
Yes.
And the lack of player base mean the lack of innovation, the lack of updates, the lack they're going to do if they don't have the player base. Damn. So the more you hate on the game, the more you're hurting the game. And I'm not saying you got to go out there and suck some COD cock, as some people will say. I'm not saying you got to be a COD cocksucker, but at the same time, you ain't got to be a hater. If you don't like the game, don't play the game. If you don't like the game, you ain't got to make 100 videos about how bad it is every time you get on. So that's why I'm just not that guy.
Damn. I salute to that, man. You don't have to go out there and make a Call of Duty video about a Call of Duty YouTube video about exposing Call of Duty. That is wild.
Like, would you, if your girlfriend made you mad, would you make a video about how much you hate her, and then the next day want to love her?
The cornballs will. The cornballs will do that.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some people like I don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore. Because for one, if I'm not into the game, I'm not watching you. There's probably one YouTuber I'll watch whatever game he plays, and that's where we're going to lose. Because, anybody know that's always been like my favorite gaming YouTuber, because he's such a troll. And for me, he takes the game, and at the end of the day, you got to be more lighthearted about it. He makes people look silly for getting mad about losing. And the whole premise behind him, we're going to lose. So he's purposely doing things to lose. I thought it was funny. So I like watching them. Now, as far as other YouTubers that I watch, of course I support my folks. I try to peek in on Jimmy Dean. Jimmy, you've been my dude from day one. And there's a lot of other people I lurk on. I'm probably the biggest lurker on YouTube. I've been in a lot of live streams and games, and people see pop up a comment, don't realize I've been there for an hour. Just because, sometimes I don't like to distract people streams, because sometimes I'll get in there and everybody start talking to me when it should be about the streamer. So a lot of times I kind of feel bad when I go in there, hey, Saken, oh my God. And I'm like,
oh my God, it's Saken. And I've been in streams where your name will be mentioned and you will say, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen that.
So usually if somebody talk about me in the video, I'll pop up and just say, hey, what's up? I've been here the whole time, watching you while I work, or, sitting in bed or doing something. So, for me, I I support the community. So I really like to go ahead and drop likes on videos. You'll see on my Twitter, I like people videos. I go to streams. I used to go to look for streams where they only had 1 to 3 viewers.
Yeah.
And talk to people. I've been to people, they didn't even know who I was. And I'm just in there talking with them, chatting up with them. Because I know how good it feels when you have 1 viewer and that viewer is being active with you. Yeah. And so I've seen some good players, and I'm just trying to encourage them, man, keep this up, because 99% of people ain't going to make it past the COD they're working on. Because people all got this vision of being dismal. No. They didn't see the work Dismal put in before he became Dismal. They didn't realize that first 1,000 subs takes forever.
Yes. And
so
that's a major key.
Encouragement,
That's a major key, because like you were saying about when you started, you just want to create like a niche community. And it was the same thing for me, because I was looking at guys like you, and I'll go ahead and shout out my Call of Duty YouTube forefathers. It would be yourself, Chris Smooth, the Mark of J, and probably the youngest addition to that is Merciless Badass, which he has one of the most unique channels that I've ever seen.
Murder Show.
But it's all personality. It's all personality.
I'm gonna tell you what I love about the Murder Show, and I keep my channel G. He don't, but I respect the fact that he is what he is, and you know what you get.
Yeah,
he ain't making no phone, homie. Real. He hate campers. Like, I've heard him talk bad about campers, but the way he do it, I don't disrespect it, because I understand the perspective he's coming from.
Yeah,
I never felt like people had to agree with my play style, right? Yeah. Or agree with how I play, but just don't be no hater. I don't like snipers, but I ain't going around talking about FaZe. You know what I mean?
Right.
For that, do. I mean, it's part of the game. Like I said, I'm not on that negative tip. I don't put that energy out there. But what I like about Merciless is the energy he brought to the YouTube community with the way his style is.
Yeah.
And he's a cool dude, man. He's funny. He that uncle that I grew up with. You know what I mean? He the homies I grew up with. He reminds me of real life.
Yeah.
So I really respect Merciless, and I like what he brings to the Call of Duty community, even though it's not my type of channel. So I mean, I like him, man. He out there hustling, he grinding, and he keeps it real. And I remember the early days when he was streaming. He didn't even know how to talk to people. I swear, I don't even know if he knew he had viewers. Like, he had, like, you could tell he wasn't even like in tune. But now he's more in tune. Yeah. You know, he mod everybody. He talked back and forth. But if you watch his early streams, I used to roll, because like I think he was like just clueless to how technology was working. That's what it felt like. Like, I'm watching this dude, and I'm like. But Merciless was funny. I'd have been up in the middle of the night. See, once again, I work Merciless more than he know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm lurking once again, watching them, watching them move, And there was some other YouTubers, and I'm going to bring these guys up because this might come up too.
Okay.
I really used to like what Ninja was bringing to the table, and Frazier before the Fallout. You know what I mean? But the thing is, and it was never, I never followed people to try to grow off them or get them to grow off me. I just like what you bring to the table. Like last year, every year is something new. Like, I really like what Exo Boomin did with World War II. I like that positive energy that Earl and them was bringing.
They really did.
Streaming, and I wish they would. I feel like they kind of, I don't know if they still pushing, but they don't feel like they were doing with the World War II. But I was feeling that, and I like that positive. So I guess what I was supporting a lot of their streamers. English and
Kamanuch.
I love Kamanuch. I love like talk on there. Like, some of these were good dudes, and that's what I liked. I was like, they forming a good community,
right?
And for me, guess what? I was supporting it. And it wasn't for anything. I'm way bigger than those guys, but it had nothing to do with size.
Yeah, salute the real King-ish, and the other guy, I can't remember his name off the head, but King-ish, and most definitely the co-founders of that particular organization. Exo Boomin, baby.
Exo Boomin.
Exo.
And I really like when people do positive things in the community, and it ain't got nothing to do with like camping. There's some people I just don't like because they come at me. I've had people come at me hard, about this whole camping thing, and I'm like, man, you putting way too much energy into this.
Yeah, like,
you don't like camping? Don't camp.
Don't camp. Jimmy Dean made an interesting statement on his episode of the COD Show podcast. Nice plug, Onasis. All right, appreciate it. Yeah. So he said that there's nothing that you're going to say to a camper to stop him from camping.
Public service announcement for any rusher in the world. Public service announcement. If you call somebody in the game a camper that is clearly camping, he does not care at all.
You're not going to change him.
It's like calling Bill Gates rich. That means nothing to him. He knows he's rich. It is what it is. So when you call a camper, it don't mean nothing at all. Zero, because you're mad anyway because whatever he did to you. And you say he's trash. Oh, you're trash. You're camper, but he's got more kills than you. You might have won the game because his teammates is garbage. He can't do nothing about that. But he had way more kills than you, destroyed you, outkilled you, everything else. It is what it is, right? So let me get back to the story. So I Googled.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. So then I found Saken.
He already knows he's camping. You can't change it. You're not going to change it.
Yeah, your words ain't going to get
we're like, I'm about to. You about to psych me out.
You want to stop me from camping? Get me on my camping spot. I mean, if you're wrecking me and you hitting me with C4s and you outplaying me, guess what? You force me to adjust.
Right.
You force me to adjust, or you force me to tap out. Same thing I do to them. You know how many rushers I'd have made tap out? I'd have made, if you had to do a ratio, it's probably 5,000 to 1 times I've had to tap out because I get into a too greasy game. I'm specialized in making people tap X. And some people out there watching. I ain't gonna name no names.
Name some names.
I'm not gonna say nothing. But there's people been in the lobby, and right before I drop that V2, they leave out the lobby. And then they tell me, you want dropping it on me? It's still counted. Because I got all them kills on you.
Yo.
And
you mean like YouTubers?
Yeah, YouTubers. I've played with some good people. And of course, people don't like, I have had a lot of people tell me how trash I am. Like, if you played against Dismal will spank you. And I'm like, go to Dismal channel and type in Carnage versus Camper Nation.
Carnage versus Camper Nation. Yeah.
There's a game, me and Jimmy, and he was on with Mitch, his boy Mitch. And guess who won? Camper Nation. And don't get me wrong, Dismal went off. I'm not hating on him. He went off, but we were playing smart, we were playing strategic, and we were playing for the win. Yeah. And that doesn't say we're better than when we beat them every game, but the fact is, we out here for real. We can play. I'm not the black worm, sir, trolling you. I'm showing you techniques that for the average player that can make you elevate your game.
I saw that.
And it works.
And at the beginning of the game, he's like, I normally don't like to play against campers, but these are some good guys.
He showed a lot of love in that. I mean, it's kind of, when you talk about a camper, it's a love-hate relationship. Like, people, they hate it, but they don't want to hate on you too bad, but they kind of hate what you're doing. But at the same time, they understand it, because anyone that's into the professional MLG scene know what we doing is MLG play. Your favorite,
I was about to say that,
are campers. You talk about optic in them. Guess what? The way they strategize, they lock the lanes down and they have one guy running around. They have, a Slayer, and then they have people locking lanes down.
Right.
Be mad at us for playing professional style. Now, you may feel like that's too greasy for pubs and we should just run around. That's fine.
I think
9 out of 10 games, that's what I'm doing. You just don't see that. You see the YouTube video I post on me camping.
I think it's two sides to that coin.
Yeah.
And what it is it's easier to kill individuals running around like a chicken with their head cut off. That's just what it is. Everybody knows that. The other side of it is, if you're camping, it's different levels to camping. It's the corner camper that's sitting in the corner. Y'all don't sit in the corners. Y'all have a head glitch or
a lane,
or y'all have something. Y'all not sitting in the corner switching door corners or room corners or something like that. It's levels to it. So I think once people see that name camp, they automatically figure like, all right, man, he's a corner camper. I hate corner campers. People that get that cheap kill. I don't like that.
You know what I tell everybody when they get on the mic and they talk about me? I say, camp stands for children and men playing. And they go, for real? I'm like, no, fool, it's me sitting in the corner. Shut up. Like, I mess with people. But to be honest, here's the honest truth. And this is what everybody needs to admit. Nobody wants competition. That's why people hate skill-based matchmaking.
That's a fact. Everybody wants to look good.
Get in the lobby against me is going to be competitive. I don't care if I lose. Even if you win, I'm going to make your win look dirty. And that's what happens. And they get mad. I've had full party. They beat me because I can't beat a full party, but I still drop a V2 on them or I go off, and that win had to be dirty. That mean they had to do everything they can. They had to go 25 and 25 because they were so busy trying to get me on my spot. They want to win easy. They want to drop the V2s. They want to have the flawless games. Nobody wants competition. And I've been in lobbies with people. I've been partied up with some of your favorite YouTubers. Yeah. And guess what? Out every lobby, and I'm just laughing like, whatever, man, because I've been in lobbies where we just stomping people. As soon as we get in the lobby and it's competitive, oh man, we got to get out of here. Like, nobody wants competition.
Right.
Nobody wants skill-based matchmaking because it's not fun to them. Everybody wants to be a sweat and not play other sweats.
Right.
And so that's what I've gotten a lot of respect because I've gotten in lobbies, lost, won, played against people, and people are like, man, I thought you would quit because they saw the YouTubers only playing against scrubs, and I'm like, I stay in the lobby. Usually when I leave out, one is a bad connection. If I get in a lobby and I'm just shooting people and the bullets bouncing off them, I'm not sticking around. And those usually the first people to send you a hate message. How I made you quit? No, lag made me quit. I didn't even know you were in the game. So that's the problem with Call of Duty. No, people don't want competition. And guess what? Elite campers, people like the Jimmy Deans, the Wings of Redemptions, Saken Mad Raj, all the people with the camper nation that understands the beauty of camping, the chess aspect of camping, we go put it on you. Even if you do good on me one game, it ain't happening too. I'm not going bad 2 games. I'm going to adjust and put a hurting on you. And guess what? I don't mind losing, especially to a team, because I'm going to try to hurt y'all. I've had more teams quit that were winning by half. At halftime, they up 100-30, but I got 42 kills, and guess what? They don't want to play no more. Because once again, nobody wants competition.
So that's halftime and domination, right?
Domination, capture the flag. Any game mode, I've had people quit out that were winning because it's not about the win. It's not about the win. It's about dominating.
Dominating, you're right. I feel you.
And the funny thing about being a YouTuber, and every YouTuber attests to this, the person that have one good game against you and it becomes a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was a video where a guy was like wrecking Saken Mad Raj, and you go in the lobby. And I remember too, I think I
probably went positive like by 3 or some shit like that. Yeah.
And I had a better score than him.
Yeah.
We lost the game. I remember one time it was Ghost, and I was just live streaming. I invited some random, I didn't even know the people. And I get into this lobby, and these guys, they come in, they did good on us, and they beat us. And now I got so many messages from them guys. And I'm like, one, why do you have the time and the energy to send a grown man?
That's love. That's love. It was all love, man. It was all love, I guess. So when did Saken Mad Raj YouTube career start? Because in the introduction, I named you as one of my Call of Duty YouTube founding fathers. When did YouTube start for you, and how did you get into it?
I'm gonna make this a shorter story because I know I probably talk about this for about an hour because my YouTube experience is very unique. Way before there was gaming.
You gotta give us the game about the game, man.
So let's start off with YouTube. So let's go way back, and I'm thinking 2005 maybe. Let's go back to around that time.
Okay.
I had a very popular website. I was into web design and development, and I actually had a gossip website. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it had gotten pretty big. I was at the time around 35,000 unique visitors a day coming to it. I needed somewhere to host my videos that I was streaming on the website. So that's all I use through my website without taking up my bandwidth. And guess what? Some of my videos start taking off. And the first video I really had take off was a pimple video. This is no lie. I put a pimple video on there. This thing got like 50,000 views in no time. YouTube contacted me and was like, would you like to partner your channel? This was before everybody, you couldn't just partner your channel.
Yeah.
Be specifically invited by YouTube. And YouTube invited me to monetize my videos. And so I monetized it. Now money was pouring in. Every day I'm looking, I'm like, I made $500 a day. Like this video made me so many views, got millions of views, right? And that started my YouTube career. So I'm like, wait, I'm making money on there. And then I remember they age restricted the video. So I took the video down. I'm like, y'all ain't getting no free views on.
No. It's freezing.
Uh-oh.
You good. You good. You good now.
All right.
So the age restricted it.
Yeah, so they age restricted it. But long story short, so I started making money off YouTube, and I was making money off my website.
Okay.
And then I decided, I remember that's why my first channel was called Go Chit Chat. So, just to talk about it. So I had this stuff going, and I started like doing other videos. We went to Laker parades, and we were doing on the street. And you didn't even have my face in the video because I didn't want to be the branding behind it. I was always the guy behind the scenes.
Right.
It was my website. I remember I had my boy JB and my host of my show, a little dark-skinned dude with some light-colored eyes. And I was trying to be strategic about the videos. Anyway, long story short, let's get into the gaming aspect. So this is me getting into YouTube and understanding YouTube money at the time.
Okay.
So I walk into my son's room, he's watching a Chris Smooth video. And I remember it was a video about how he got his name. Because it's like Chris Smooth 793, like it's a whole bunch of numbers.
All right.
And so he was telling the story, and I thought it was funny. He was telling the story about how he basically created a YouTube channel to see twerk videos.
Okay.
And I saw him playing. I'm like, how did he put his name on it? So guess what I did? I ordered this little Chinese piece offline. I Googled how to record videos, and I had this little Chinese adapter thing that plugged in that did like 180, 144p. Like it was horrible.
Okay.
And I made my first video. I literally just
start
the game, put some words on there. Like you can go in. I think I posted on my old channel, and I made a video, and it was funny. Like it was so. I sound just like Chris Smooth because that's who the first person I saw. I had no clue people did gaming on YouTube. None. I thought Chris Smooth was the only person.
Bro, let me stop you, and then we're gonna continue on. I thought that you were the only one because you, Chris Smooth, Marco J were the only YouTubers that looked like me, and it was like a domino effect. I found you because I sucked at the game. I found Chris Smooth because a coworker put me onto it. I found Merciless Badass because of the same thing. A coworker put me onto it. But I know that you couldn't have told me that the YouTube world was going to be as big as it was now. But anyway, go back to it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Same thing. So I started making gaming videos, and then at the time I'm like, I started learning about networks. I'm like, so what's this thing about networks? And so I started doing some research, and I'm like, okay, so there's people who will basically kind of protect your channel and blah, blah, blah. I didn't really know too much about it. So I joined the network. I remember joining TGN because, they send recruiters out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's partner my channel. Like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Because I noticed before that YouTube would not monetize all your videos. And a lot of people didn't have this option. I had the ability to monetize before they were monetizing. But they weren't monetizing my video due to copyright. And I didn't understand it. So I joined the network, never had that problem again. And so I get into the network, and that's when I started looking around, and I started meeting a lot of YouTubers. So I'm with this network, and I'm partnering up with other YouTubers. And that's when I started doing research. I'm like, wait,
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy.
You said Soulja Boy?
I was about to say, you. We got to add Soulja Boy in there, dog. Soulja Boy. You, Soulja Boy, Marco J, Chris Smooth. Soulja Boy, he was that man.
So I did research on networks and how they became, and guess what? I decided to start my own network. And that's when I got into the networking end of it. So a lot of people don't know I owned a gaming network, and I had 35,000 channels partnered, and I was making money on the back end of YouTube. I was dealing with contracts, dealing with like vendors. I was under contract with a POG and some other stuff, and I would start, learning the business end of it. And that's when the cash was rolling in. So cash is rolling in, and I wasn't even really thinking about my own channel because I let my channel die, the first channel, because I locked it into a contract with Full Screen, and I didn't like the CPMs. I didn't like the way they were doing business. So I'm like, you know what, that channel could just sit on still mode. I mean, it's still making me a few $100s here and there. I wasn't really thinking about the channel, but then I started doing networking, and I'm like, wow, cash cow. I'm not gonna even lie. It was a cash cow. So I started talking to bigger YouTubers. Now I'm reaching out, and this is how I know some of the bigger YouTubers. I've never used anybody to shout me out or anything, but I'm dealing with dudes at the time, 300, 400, 500,000 subs. That was huge back then.
Right.
And so I actually grew a channel. We grew one channel. This kid came to us with 6,000 subs. We grew him to 250,000 subs. It was some easy techniques. You know what I mean? So I started understanding the business aspect behind it. And I noticed a lot of these YouTubers were kids. They didn't understand contracts.
Okay.
They're getting into contracts. I'm like, why are you giving away 60% of your revenue? They didn't understand splits. They didn't understand quota contracts. They didn't understand the things we did outside the contracts. Like, I can go ahead and get them a sponsorship, pay them $1,000, not realizing that their sponsorship paid $5,000. And I'm like, the thing is, I wasn't trying to get over on people, but I was trying to educate them. But it's like the music industry.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, it sounds exactly like the music industry.
Yeah. So, and don't get me wrong, we started giving people huge splits. Like, okay, we'll give you 95 and we'll take 5, but we're still taking 5%. You don't realize 5% over some of these kids are making $40,000, $50,000 a month is a lot of money. They're making I had one kid bringing me in around $2,000 or $3,000 a month by himself, and this was with him having a 95% split. It's still frozen up over there?
No, it wasn't. It'll freeze like you'll say a sentence and it'll freeze and it'll unfreeze, and then I won't get the whole sentence. And you was talking some good shit, so I was like, I gotta let you know that it's freezing.
All right, ready? Where'd I leave off at?
You were saying not 5% splits out of
yeah. A lot of people, I was trying to educate young people on how to get a proper split. But I think the most important thing was get into a no-lock contract. And then two, a lot of them were getting contracts with like Zoom and TV and some of these other foreign places. I'm like, why would you do that? Find you an American company. Because even the company I had, we were running out of the Philippines under Hong Kong law. Like we would do these contracts to where you couldn't touch us.
Damn.
So if people that got into a network, they're based in the Netherlands. Guess what happened when you want to leave? No. YouTube won't get involved. YouTube had nothing to do with that.
Wow.
Contract. Don't get me wrong. YouTube has since changed that. There's a button you can hit now to request to get off. I mean, there's been changes now. Networks are pretty much dying at this point. But there was a lot of things that kids didn't know. Like, don't lock yourself into a contract. Don't get in no company that's overseas. It's better to be local or go through AdSense yourself. You know, so I learned a lot about the networking aspect of it. So I had my website running. I had the network going and everything, and it was just making really great money. But then I started being in these meetings with YouTube people, and I saw the direction YouTube was going. And I told people what YouTube was going to do, and this was years ago. I said, look, YouTube is growing off the back of the little guys. They're getting big, and then they're going to start stumping on the back of the little guys. Oh. I said, right now, you guys don't know this, but YouTube was going through a whole bunch of lawsuits at the time with the music industry, the movie industry, entertainment industry was suing them on the back end for lost revenue. And so I was like, you got to realize they're going to have to cater them. I said, so I already saw the direction YouTube was going. And this was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. And I told someone what's going to happen is they're going to have to go more to being network oriented. And what I mean by that is the channels that are going to be popular are the ones that's going to be making the music industry money. So now if you look at YouTube, the biggest channels is Jimmy Kimmel Show, Ellen Show. You look at all these music channels that are ran by one actual company.
Right.
And so that now they're getting a piece of the pie. And YouTube's not getting their cut like they used to. So I saw that coming. And I told people, I was like, look at the algorithm. At the time, I don't know if you noticed, but 5 years ago, YouTube was like 99% gaming channels.
Right.
The biggest YouTubers were all gamers. If you'd looked at the top 10, the top networks were all gaming networks. They didn't want that. So they started making a transition. So they started hiding the gamer through algorithm. So your videos weren't being found. But guess what? You go on YouTube homepage and it's some stupid blogger or some stupid comedian or some stupid prank.
Love and hip hop or something like that. Yeah.
Started promoting the networks and they started promoting the family friendly YouTuber. Like even now, they don't promote PewDiePie is the biggest YouTuber. How often do you see him on the front page?
I didn't know who PewDiePie was until he got filmed looking at a dead body in China or something like that by
PewDiePie. That was Logan and Jake Paul.
Oh, my bad. Well,
so what
it was something like that.
The people that grew their network on, like if you look at them, Phil, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Philip DeFrank. You look at some of the people that were big way back when.
Yeah,
they kind of used them to get people in. Now you don't even hear about these guys. These guys should be the face of YouTube. I don't know if people notice networks came from big YouTubers. So the reason networks even existed is because big YouTubers wanted to find a way to get a piece of the pie, so YouTube allowed it. So when you look at the original networks like Full Screen, these were actually started by YouTubers who understood the game a little better than the average person, and that's where networks came about. But what YouTube did, and this is why they were pushing networks then, they used the networks to reduce their liability. So what happened is if a channel was doing copyright and the music industry wanted to sue Google, Google's like, no, you got to go sue that network because that's their channel.
Wow.
So they were signing contracts with the networks, releasing their liability. And so there was one YouTuber, some female that got sued by a makeup company. Her and her network got sued for like millions of dollars because Google was like, no, we just give them the ability to use our platform. They're responsible for their content creators. And so that was the purpose of networks, to protect YouTube interests. And if you didn't know this, your network takes a cut, say they take a 60-40 cut, YouTube took their cut before the cut was even split.
That's right.
So you're 60% of maybe 40. You're not even getting 60% of 100. And so YouTube takes their cut off the top.
Damn.
And so some networks were scamming people. TGN did this. So what they were doing, TGN was actually not really a network. They were actually under broadband television. So what happened is YouTube took their cut off the bat, They gave broadband TV 60. Broadband TV then split that 60 in half, gave TGN 30, and then your 70-30 was based off 30. So people were getting scammed and didn't even know it. Because the networks were splitting with their MCN. And then they would take their split and then do a split with you. So it was a lot of scenes stuff. That's a lot of money going through your YouTube video. If your YouTube video made 50, that video really made about 400. That's all you seeing of it.
Damn. Man.
So, understand the game. So I'm gonna tell you the trick.
The game about the game.
The way YouTube works is once you hit about 100,000.
Fuck.
And
Hold up, man. Don't finish that sentence.
You about $1,800 and $3,000 every million views. But the power in those million views is worth 30.
Oh, hold up. It froze as soon as you started talking about that reel. I think they watching us, man.
Yeah, YouTube don't. Google don't want us to know because it's a Google company. Look at it.
This is a Google company. Every time you start talking on that real shit, like, all right, start again with. I'm sorry, man. I hadn't seen this in a long time. Like the freezing, but
we're gonna have another corrupt file, man. We ain't gonna never have this interview. We're gonna do it on iPhones next time.
Just look, I'm coming to Oakland. Well,
come out here to the Bay.
I'm coming to the Bay.
Let me know when to start back up.
All right, start that sentence over.
Where did I leave off?
Because you were talking about
views, off a million views, the power of a million views.
Okay.
Say you make $2,500 in ad revenue. What do you think that pull is to a marketing company? What do you think a company would pay you to reach 1 million people? It ain't gonna be $2,500. So people don't realize that your pull in YouTube is your ability to sell things outside of the ad revenue. That's where you can make your real money at. So a lot of times people don't realize that they go through these t-shirt companies. You know what? That's fine and dandy to get started, but think bigger in the long run. How can you get these t-shirts at a lower cost? The lower you pay for the t-shirt, the more profit you make. People ain't thinking on those terms because they want convenience. So even if you do use a t-shirt company, you sell a shirt for $25, you may make about $5 off it. I know for a fact I can sell a $25 shirt and make a $20 profit if you buy them directly.
Right.
But you know, a lot of people don't realize that there's power in
CODtees.com.
CODtees.com, baby. Get your shirt. But there's power in numbers.
That's right.
And so people don't realize, because these young guys, these are mostly young guys doing YouTube. They don't realize right now, if you're a Call of Duty YouTuber, I guarantee there's a Call of Duty app or an app similar to Call of Duty, a fighting app. I guarantee they'll pay you buku's cash to promote that. You're worried about your ad revenue, but you may have some game app called Gunfighter. It's a new app you should be looking for. And guess what? Not only will they pay you, give you $25,000 to go ahead and promote it and put a link in your video, you may get a percentage of the company. Be like, look, I want 2% revenue. I'll be your spokesperson. You know, you got to think about things like that. And I was getting contracts like that for young people. There was websites out for Grand Theft Auto, and I had a Grand Theft Auto guy. They were paying them $5,000 every time he mentioned them in the video. Good. They knew that video had 200,000-300,000 views. So there's so much power in being a social media influencer. Why do you think these strippers are winning? And strippers ain't making no money on the ground being a stripper, but once they got a million followers, guess what? Every club in the world, you promote this club, they know the club will be packed. So it might be worth $20,000 to get you to go ahead and give them a shout out.
Yeah.
And I learned this way back in the days before YouTube. I had a friend.
That's marketing. It's all. I don't want to call it marketing 101, but that's hustling 101.
But people don't understand this. They're young. A lot of people don't understand the pool you have. I feel like this. My channel has 50,000 subs. I can make money off it if I wanted. I could really parlay that into money. And I mean, I could be doing t-shirts and merchandise. You got so many people supporting you. I had control freaks. I had all that stuff, and I dumped them because they was on me because they wanted me to keep mentioning them. I'm like, I mentioned y'all one video. Off that one video I mentioned, and I never collected the money. I think I made like $200-300 because of sales that went through. People start buying them. And I mentioned it one time, and guess what? They worked, but I ended up getting a scuff controller that had different height thumbs. I didn't need it anymore. So I'm going to go promote it just to promote it. But you can make a good living promoting it. And I'm sure you get some of these people out here doing promotions, and they're doing pretty good off it. And I guarantee there's some that's not. I guarantee there's some YouTubers out there with 1 million subs, and they don't know their value. So companies are taking advantage of them because they don't have the right people behind them pushing them, or the right people negotiating for them, or they don't understand the negotiating themselves. I'll tell you right now, if you have 1 million subs and you're not a millionaire or multi-millionaire, you're doing it wrong.
Oh,
because I'm gonna tell you right now, the kid that I had that had 200,000 subs, this dude was making about $15,000 a month just in ad revenue.
damn, man.
With all the other stuff, he was pulling in around 25,000 a month. Now imagine when you got millions. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to pull in 100,000 a month or more.
The game about the game.
But a lot of people don't realize their power. And that, look, like I remember, once I did a video and I like asked for donations or something. And some people got on me hard, like, why you need donations? Don't you got a house and a job? And I'm like, yes, I do. I make pretty good money. My wife makes pretty good money. I was like, but this is my hobby. In order for me to justify for my wife, me doing anything off these videos, it has to support itself. And my channel, support itself. It's bought its own games. It's bought its own headsets.
Right.
And even some donations. I've had people send me capture cards. I got my first PS4. It was actually a subscriber. He wanted to play with me, so he bought me a PS4. And that was one of the coolest moments ever.
Why wouldn't you donate to Saken Mad Raj, the OG?
And, I very rarely ask, but the thing is, this hobby has paid for itself.
Look.
It makes a few $100s. And don't get me wrong, I've seen months where I pushed and that money goes up. But at the same time, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the hobby, and I'm glad the hobby takes care of itself. Now, if you want to know what I do for a living, if you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly what I'm doing right now. If you're not following me on Twitter, that's your problem.
So being on the ground floor of the YouTube gaming industry, as far as, I don't want to say ad revenue, but I mean, understanding the evolution of ad revenue. Yeah. You were there from the beginning when it started giving out smaller channels, the partnerships. What's the difference between, because I want to get educated in a whole, I know it's probably like 100,000 to 200,000 people that's making YouTube videos now that want to get educated. Like, what do you see the biggest differences is, like, from then to now, and what do you see it going?
Money's a lot lower too. Let me be real. So what happened is they're being more restrictive on where they're placing ads and how much revenue they're paying out. I give you an example. There's a pretty big YouTuber I know, and I was talking to him one day, and he was telling me about the Machinima contract he had, because Machinima used to be really big. But these idiots were paying you per view, not per ad. See, here's the thing. There's one thing called a view, and then there's another view where there's actually an ad play. So if you had 1,000 views, maybe an ad shows up.
Right. 100
ads show up. You're making $3 every 1,000. So you didn't even make $3. This company was paying per view. So every 1,000 views, you made $3. The company was making like 10 cents. So his first paycheck was like $25,000 from them. And it probably should have been like $1,200. Damn. And that's why Machinima, they cut everybody. Chris moved everybody. They cut everybody out. They had to cut them because they were all under that bad contract that they started. Because they were trying to a lot of networks.
Exactly like the music industry, man.
They were making more money on the back end. It wasn't even the ad revenue. Once again, there are other things I was talking about. They were making money off, so it was fine for a while. But what happens is when those other streams dry up, because of every time YouTube change a policy, it dries up a stream for somebody. And so those streams got dried up. So they got caught holding the bag. So here's the thing now. There's less money in the game, but there's more money in the game. It's less money based off the ad revenue because of the new algorithms.
Yeah.
But there's more money in the game because you get bigger, quicker, and faster than ever. Like, you look at Market J, he did this for like 9-10 years before he hit like 1 million. I remember he was stuck at 50,000 for the longest.
Right.
And he exploded. What was the game he exploded? Black Ops 3 exploded him?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was decent, but also on Black Ops 3 coming, he's the god. I knew who he was. I've known who he was for a lot of years. But once again, he was that medium big. You know what I mean? That 50 to 70,000 range. That game blew him up. Well, nowadays you got people like Dismal and Korea. They blew up off one game almost, and they've been around a little longer. But it was that one game that took them, and they did it in a shorter time.
That's right.
I seen this one kid, and it was so annoying. He had a whole group of them. It was him, Serum, Salty, whatever. And they were making these clickbait videos. Guess what? As bad as clickbait is, they knew the system, and they all grew to 1 million subs in no time. So that's the difference now. The money may be lower per 1,000, but your ability through social media to grow at a faster pace is at an all-time high.
All-time high. And the direct to consumer ability that you can control yourself with your own merch, man, This is not a criticism of K3. I don't understand why people are not rolling around here in K3 sweaters or K3 earrings or whatever the hell you can, something. I don't know.
He's not merchandising himself. He not branding himself.
That's just an example, K3.
Yeah.
I know you secretly watch this shit. But you can get these Card Show t-shirts and sweaters at cardtees.com. That's right, cardtees.com. Hey. Damn.
Hey, code Saken to get no discount. No.
Oh, yeah, you can use code Saken to get 5%.
That's what's up.
Cardtees.com after this video comes out.
A lot of people don't understand branding. They don't understand K3. Even, one person has never really understood the whole branding thing or doesn't care. But also, too, they growth has been stagnant. 402 Thunder. 402 Thunder, I remember when he was small. And I remember how he got big. He was attacking big YouTubers. So I don't know if you guys noticed, 402 Thunder, one of the things that put him on the map was going after Wings of Redemption. This was when Wings was the big guy.
Okay.
And that's another thing. I'm going to say this. So many of you guys don't even understand the old time YouTubers. I've talked to people about the original OGs, like way before me, the ones I looked up to, and they don't even know who X-Jaws is, Syndicate, C-Nanners. They don't even know who these guys are today. And these are the original followers. I mean, you look at Wings of Redemption, and you look at some of these guys that have been around for a long time, and they've never hit the numbers that these guys are hitting today. Back in the days, you had 20,000 subs. You were the man. You hit 100,000, you were a god.
Right.
And so you had a lot of these original guys, and they just didn't take off. 402 Thunder's like that. 402 Thunder, and I know the reason why, in my opinion, why he hasn't taken off more. And that's because he's still who he is. And what I mean by that, he's the old school commentator. His gameplays are okay. He's an okay player. He's good, but he's not great. He does the same type of commentary. He's old style commentary. Well, guess what? YouTube has evolved 10 times over the last 5 years. You go back to people that blew up 3 or 4 years ago. Like, for example, this channel not even around anymore. Biblical Reaper. We had a fake news year. Anyone doing fake news and speculation videos blew up.
Fake news.
Then we had a year of glitching. People that was finding glitches and hidden spots and ways to cheat the game.
I remember that. Yeah.
Glitching. And then this is the phase that we're kind of in. So once again, you're getting away from old school commentaries like me. Like I'm entertaining you. The gameplay was secondary. I've had so many people say, "I don't care about your gameplay. I love you." I'm like, that's kind of like a backhanded compliment. But I'm like,
that's where it's at now. It's all about the person. Well, it should be all about the personality.
But I don't think it is, because what happened is this happened about 2 years ago. Maybe it was Infinite Warfare that brought this, or maybe Black Ops 3 towards the end. Greasy. All of a sudden, the greasy players start taking off. You got these players that just were almost MLG level players, but they weren't. The Swags and all them, the people who got like the Market J's. Because Market J never blew up because Market J personality wasn't there in early videos. He got more personality. Yeah. For a while, he was, hey guys, it's the Market J. I'm going to get another 150 kills without reloading one time. Like his videos were really
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
But guess what? All of a sudden, Greasy became in style. So when Greasy became in style, now you got people like the Koreans. See, I think Koreans a mixture of actually some personality and great gameplay, but not everybody is. I like Desmond. I like some of these guys, but I don't laugh at their videos. I don't have a good time. Hey guys, come on, boys. Like this, their videos. Come on, boys. We're gonna go in and I'm gonna show you this gun. And I'm gonna show you how to do something you'll never be able to do with this gun.
Listen,
and they're amazing, but you can't mimic them.
The era today is, hi guys. This is what I'm going to do. This is the era. And that's that cadence. That shit is fucking, I'm not going to say it's annoying. It's a fucking annoying.
But that's why I don't watch anybody.
9 out of 10 people, hi guys. That's why you got to respect people like The Murder Show. What is it? The Corner Camper series, stuff like that. Spiritual Sundays. Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean, he's the most theatrical individual I've ever seen on YouTube, man.
Who's that man, mama?
Who's that man, mama? Man, look. You got the original content, man. But it does work for some. It does work for some, and I'm not griping. I respect some of y'all. But
it's not our season though. Well, the season might come back around. That's what happened to Mark J. He was on there for a long time. Greasy season came up. He blew up. But you notice he blew up, but now he's kind of steady. He's not still blowing up.
Right.
Because his season is over. So you're looking at these dismal Koreans, and this ain't no disrespect. I mean, I think they got good channels. They're good people. But what happens when a new season come up of comedy? Like it was a trolling season. Let's go back even further. There was a time about 8-9 years ago where trollers blew up. Yeah. And you had like I can't even think of the guy's name, but you had trollers. Trollers just took off. Yeah. You had Minnesota Burns. Like that dude was hilarious. And so those channels took off. So it's all about seasons. So the seasons kind of come with the younger generation, kind of what they want to see. Like that's why Fortnite's so popular, because it's a season of, that stuff, the silly, stupid dance.
I have no idea what that shit is, man. It's the same thing with Apex. I see it's no different. I've never seen
Apex. I don't even know what that game's about. I've never even seen the game footage of it.
I'm looking for. I guess you're looking for different things, man.
I'm giving y'all a nugget. You want to grow, do the season. It's that simple.
Do the season.
It's like that. Being a gamer is silly, but like look at the season of YouTube. We had a season of prank channels. Okay. And here's the thing: 90% of the prank channels were fake. They were doing fake pranks. So I'm gonna give a homeless person $100, see what they do. That was an actor, and the people don't know the difference. I got this one Joey Salas. Like I'm gonna go to the hood with a MAGA hat on. That fool ain't in no hood. Yeah. And those are paid actors that are mad with him. I remember he had some car with Donald Trump sticker and they tore the car up. We don't do that. If we see your Donald Trump sticker in the hood, we don't care.
You hear that, Jesse? Jesse Smollett. They own you, son.
That's the nugget to growing in the season. Speculate on the season. I've been able to speculate on most Call of Duty seasons before it came up with what was going on. I was like, okay, this is going to be the season of that. And I've shared that with a few people. Like, if you want to grow this year, I'm going to tell you exactly.
And share it with me, man. It's a car shows. Man, I'm trying to grow too, man.
Like honestly, I give for the car show. You got to look at expanding your show to different platforms too.
That's right.
Because I tell you, if you had just an audio version of your platform, I would listen to it more. Because I'm working. Sometimes I don't have time to watch the video, or I can't look at my phone. So, but I can listen.
It's on there. It's on Spotify, iTunes.
So for me, I'm just trying to. See, I don't even know. See, look at that. I didn't even know it was on there.
Yeah, it's on there, man. It's on there in the bottom right corner. Facebook, diddyonasis, iTunes, Spotify. Yeah, man, it's there, man. It's there.
And I'll tell you what I've told everybody.
Yeah, man, I'm here to listen.
What's been the most successful for you? Sometimes you got to mimic what's worked, and you got to get rid of what don't work. And so that could be your format. It can be your style of questioning. It could be who you interview. It could be even where you want to go with this. My thing is when you're interviewing me, there's a lot of routes we can take this. Like we kind of go on the PG route, but you might want me to throw some people under the bus. If I threw people under the bus, would that give you more views and more people commenting? And what's the word I'm looking for? Interacting with the video. You got to look at your interactions and see which is most interactive. Because it ain't always the gamer. People do want to see their favorites, but for me, I ain't giving you no direct advice on how to grow your channel, but it's just the little things you look at. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I could teach you things behind the scenes like algorithms, how to get your video up higher and all that stuff. But that's the first thing you got to learn. You got to understand proper titling. Like I tell people, you got to realize the title of your video and your tags, the two most important things is the title of your video and then the first line in your description. That's how the algorithm works, not your tags. The title of your video and then the first line in the description works as a secondary title. So that's why it should. If you ever looked at some of my videos back in the days, I would be like, how to camp on Hacienda. And then the next video, the best way to camp on Hacienda would be my first word in my description. Okay. Because I was doubling up on the title to get the algorithms.
God damn.
So there's little things like that you can learn. And then you can put tags in, but tags.
Yeah.
Last World War II, I didn't put no tags in none of my videos, and I had videos hit at 300,000 views with 0 tags because it was description. And I'll share this with a few people. If you look at some of my bigger videos, you got to go look at the title, and you'll see they have a common theme. And so for last season, I was laughing because I kept putting "ban this guy" or "ban this technique." Every time I put "ban," the video blew off. Because it was a trigger. It was a trigger title, and I did it on purpose. Ban this world's largest camper, and it's a video about me. Why would I so bad? But guess what? That got me a lot of people viewing those videos. So, just understanding titles and two, understanding what titles are popular and how to piggyback off a popular title. Because if somebody got 1 million views on a video, you want to be the first suggested video. You got to understand how to do that through Thailand.
That's a major key. SEO is a major key.
I got some more SEO tips and nuggets.
Man, just save those for me, man. Then I give it to y'all, but you got to have to pay to get it, you know. But hey, it's Onasis. That guy, Saken Mad Raj, giving us the game about the game. You ain't Saken, have you ever thought about teaching a master class?
Yeah, I wish I had the time, man. I tell you guys, if you
all
don't
you have
know
to do
this,
is record the master class one time.
I'm just so busy in life. Like if you see me playing a game, a lot of times I'm on off times. My wife is asleep next to me. I probably should be sleeping, but I've been out here grinding in real life.
That's right. That's right.
Just being a father of 4 kids, that alone takes up your time because my kids are active. You know, my son had his basketball season, right. And so I'm working 12, 13 hours, and then I got to get to his game. Then I got to be back at work at 4 in the morning. So it's like, you know, life is busy, but it's a good busy. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the business I have. But at the end of the day, I still got to make time for my wife. Got to make time for my 3 girls. Got to make time for my son, and then I got to have me a little time for me. You know, right. So doing YouTube, it takes the back seat when I get too busy. And right now, it's a back seat because one, I'm not inspired by Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, like I said, I'm not into the game. I just can't bring myself to do video. I'm no motivation to do a video on that.
Dang, Black Ops 4.
But you know,
but salute to that to the real life grind. And if you, like you said earlier, if you follow him on Twitter, you can see exactly what's going on, man. Salute to that, man. That's why your Twitter is the shit.
You silly, bro.
That's why your Twitter is the shit. Hold up, I gotta piss. I apologize. Right. I gotta take a pee break.
So while he peeing, I'm gonna tell y'all the story about this point. You probably still recording. Like I'm gonna go into a story while you go. So one time I had to pee, right? And so I go in this bathroom.
Hey, give us a story, man. This is gonna be some crazy shit. Like I want to know what you said.
Go to the bathroom. You ain't supposed to be listening.
until I
so I'm in this bathroom, and I'm pretty tall, y'all. You know, I'm 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". So I'm using the bathroom, and I'm standing up there peeing. It's a face that's close to me. I turn around like, what the hell? This dude was about 7'10". I'm not even exaggerating. And I think he may have been autistic. He's one of them groups, you know, they come into the store, and there's a whole bunch of people like mentally challenged, special needs and stuff. And the guy was over the stall, like doing that over the stall. And I'm like, I come out and he stood up straight. And I swear I was like here on him. I was like, what the heck? And he just stared at me the whole time and walked out. And I was like, okay. But that kind of freaked me out. Imagine you peeing and there's a face right there, you know. And I've had some creeps that try to look down and, you know, want to see what's down there. You know, that's when you kind of point it up and pee on them. No, I was just pointing.
So being that you were in the battlefronts of YouTube, Call of Duty YouTube, one of the first, you know, one of the first black individuals that I ever seen on the YouTube screen, which definitely inspired me to absolutely tune in and listen to you and respect what you were saying. Making your YouTube videos, what was that first YouTube video experience like Call of Duty YouTube experience? Do you remember?
Yeah, my first video, like I said, I didn't even know people did Call of Duty except Chris Move. And so for me, I just had fun with it. I just go like, hey, look at that, cross them over, shoot them with that cheese, you know, just being cheap. And I was just having fun with it. From day one, it's always been about fun. But now let's talk about some personal goals I had with YouTube, because I think it's important. Because a lot of people, you know, I've had someone imply that I wasn't being real because I don't curse on my videos. Because, you know, if you talk to me, I curse.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Yeah.
Somebody told you that you wasn't real because you didn't use profanity.
Yeah. And they was basically trying to call me out. And I'm like, look, let me tell you something. When I get around the fellas, I'm a fella. When I get around work, I'm work. When I get around my grandparents, it's respect.
I'm the grandson. Yeah.
When I get around my grandparents, it's yes, Paul. You know what I mean? And my thing is, for me personally, because YouTube is a social front and there's other people, kids watching, other people's family. It's not just adults. For me, it was important for me to put an image out there that I would be proud of in front of my children.
Okay.
And just like I said, let's use Merciless Badass on the flip side. He is who he is. I guarantee he's like that with his kids, you know, because that's just his personality. But for me personally, I didn't want to be that person. I wanted a channel that anyone can watch, whether you're a child, whether you're a grandpa. You can watch me inside a church. And that was my whole goal, to put something out there clean. Now, it doesn't mean I'm perfect, but that does show a certain element to who I am as a person. I do show respect when respect's needed. I'm not up in my grandparents' house cussing. I'm not at work cursing. When I'm at work, I kind of talk like this. You know, I feel like you got to be able to put on a different hat in different situations. Right. And so I was telling guys, like, I'm just not going to curse. I'm not doing this because I'm looking for a pat on the back for being a clean channel. Now I'm gonna tell you, it benefited me because I've kept my social media clean, and I stay away from controversy. Doesn't mean I don't have controversial views or have views on controversies. I don't feel like the public forum is that. I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk religion with people. Okay. I give you little nuggets of what I may feel and believe without me going into depth, arguing with people, or having my kids come grab her dirty clothes. Shut the door on. So for me, it was important to run a channel that was clean, and the benefits from that, like, look at the venture I'm taking on now. So if you don't notice, I'm actually opening a grocery store, a full big grocery store. And I got on with a company. It's not too many companies that are doing kind of like a franchise model, and I found one. And you know what? All that stuff mattered at the end of the day. If I would have been on social media cursing up a storm, causing controversy, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. Because people look at your social media. I told that to my son years ago. I was like, be careful what you put on Twitter. Guess what? I don't know if you notice, when coaches recruit now, they look at kids' social media accounts. Because too much controversy has come from what people have put on social media years down the line.
Yes.
Like, look at some football player that at 16 says something racist. Now they got to pay for that, and they're 25.
Yes.
So for me, it's important, one, what you put out there, two, just for the energy you put out there. And anyone that knows me, let's get away from this Call of Duty. You hate me for being a camper. I'm a good dude. I respect people. I'm always there to help people. I do whatever I can for people. I'm a good listener. I give good advice. And I like to help people. And I love the fact that I'm in a position in life, even when we open this grocery store, I'm going to be able to employ about 20, 30 people. I'm going to change people's lives, whether it's for scholarships and stuff. And that's the kind of person I am, and the kind of person I want to be. So hopefully that reflects in my video. And anyone that's met me usually have nice things to say about me, because I'm not some jerk. And don't get me wrong, I got a goofy, silly side. But at the same time, I've always respect people. And I don't care if you're black, white, red, Chinese, whatever. I mean, to me, people are people. And with that being said, I love black people.
Salute to the black people, man.
You know, don't get me wrong. I mean, I kind of said that joking, but also, too, I'm a big supporter of the African-American community and the image. I think it's important that we put different images out there, because I tell people all the time, I'm not the exception. I'm what all my friends are. Like, a lot of times what you see on TV, that's a poor reflection of us.
Right.
I feel we're the only people judged by the worst in our society. We don't judge other groups by their worst. You don't sit there and look down on white people because there's more trailer parks than there are projects.
Right.
They're methods. You don't look at them like that, but we'll have a crackhead or something like that, and all of a sudden we're all crackheads. I told somebody one time, I was like, look, 20% of the black population is on welfare. I said, what do you think the other 80% are doing? They don't focus on the other 80. I was like, all my friends, guess what? We all own homes. We all got college educations.
That's right.
We all got businesses. I don't know how many friends I got doctorate degrees. You know, I was like, if you came to my house and I threw a house party, every single guy there is successful. And guess what? They're all married and they're at home with their kids. All my friends are married and at home with their kids. All of them. And I was like, you know, but you see this image out there. And for me, it's been important. Sometimes I feel like I almost overcompensate because of the images out there. Like, if I go to a restaurant, you're probably going to get a really big tip, because I don't like the stereotype that blacks don't tip well. So I'm over tipping.
Right.
And, you know, but the only problem I found with some of my actions, people tend to find me to be the exception and not the norm. And that bothers me. I live in a gated community. I got a 4-bedroom house. Guess what? This community is probably 60% black people. Guess what? They're all middle class. They all got jobs. And I wish people would see that, because I don't know if they do it consciously or subconsciously. I feel like we're just...
I think it's championing that being poor. I don't want to say poor, or the poverty-stricken image and undereducation is championed in social media and on TV, but also maybe in the black community to a certain extent.
I definitely find a lot of black people buy into stuff. And I tell people, I was like, there's more black men in college than there are in jail. They don't know things like that. Right. Because even people in some of these situations buy into the situation. I grew up in the projects. I grew up in the hood, single mom, welfare, all that stuff. And guess what? I was able to climb out of that through education and doing the right thing. For me, like I said, putting that right energy in there, doing the right thing. So for me, it's always been important to do a positive image. And also, too, for my children, man. My kids are going to be very successful. They got a lot of backing behind them, with me, their mom, doing the right thing. And to me, that's probably the most important thing otherwise. Hopefully people see past the Call of Duty camper and see the man behind it. Yeah. And this man, I put a lot of people on, and I haven't asked for anything for anybody, and I've always been willing to play with anybody. I talk to everybody. People, I'm not one of these YouTubers that's not approachable. You send me a message, I reply, unless you're calling me a name.
Exactly, man. That's why I was so dope that you are on this show to tell that particular story, man. Because everybody don't know what that Saken Mad Raj is about. Mm-hmm. You're more than just a camper.
Yeah, I'm a family man, a businessman.
Businessman.
Right thing, man.
A founder of this whole YouTube game. Like this, you were in the beginning stages of this whole game.
That's crazy, ain't it? I've been around for a long time.
Bruh. And when I was like, I didn't know that. I just know you like one of my peers, like not my peers, and one of my idols that's becoming a peer. That's why I always reach out. I can't believe that people like yourself and the Jimmy Deans, people that I've been watching for years, wanna mess with the COD show, diddyonasis. Man, look.
Hey, we appreciate what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, the fact that you showing love to the COD community and we are COD people, you know what I mean? How can people not support this, man? For me, I'd rather see a community of people being supportive than tearing apart. And that don't mean we all got to do the same thing. Be a rusher, be a sniper, be a comedian, be serious. My thing is that makes a complete community. You need the drifters of the world, and you need the Market J's, you need the merciless, you need all this to make the community. I'm not big on the people that's being negative in videos because I feel like you hurt the community, and I'll explain that earlier. To me, that all that negativity, it just feeds into the people.
Right.
And I don't think, man, some YouTubers don't realize their responsibility. They don't realize the power they have, the influence they have. I know the influence I have, and that's why I'm selective on what I talk about. I don't give political views, and I give little life nuggets, but I don't want to do something that's going to persuade people. Because there's people out there that don't realize these people falling. You can say, hey, go throw rocks at their house. They'll go throw rocks at the people's house. That's a lot of shit out there. And there's responsibility with the power that you have in this platform.
Damn, I appreciate that coming from you. And the biggest thing for me was actually creating something that people wanted to watch, even if it's just a small amount of people at this time. But I want to salute to all the generals and individuals that came before me. Make sure y'all get that, the flowers or whatever, the salute. It's more of y'all out there that I've reached out to that hadn't accepted the invitation, but it's all good. Saken Mad Raj has accepted it. That was the first individual that I've ever seen on YouTube that told me how to straighten my game up. You heard? You heard that? But man, this is part one. Part one of part two of damn, how we gonna this is a hell of an equation. This is part one of part two of the part one interview. But no, man, thank you for coming through. We're gonna catch y'all the next time on part two of part one of the part one interview. Saken Mad Raj, man. Anything else that you want to close it out with on this part one, part two?
Yeah, man. I wish I could have did this earlier, man. We've been trying to hook up for the longest, y'all. That's how busy I am, But I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's being positive in the community. Yeah. And if I ever killed you with a trip mine, I'm not sorry. You deserved it. Let's go.
Deserve that. Deserve that.
All right.
But But like always, live life, be great, show love, and always keep the kill feed lit. This been your guy, diddyonasis, aka Onasis killing with Saken Mad Raj, aka Charlie. Kill him.
Kill him.
Man, I appreciate it, man. God damn.
Right,
You got too much knowledge, bro. It was so much.